Thank you very much. First, let me, express my sympathies to the families that lost their dear ones in that, unfortunate incident that you have described. Well, I think basically the National Assembly, what we need to do now is to know precisely what is the cause of this. Because from the media reports, while a section of the populace takes it as a mistake on the side of the military, I was going through, there were some reports where the Chief of Defense Staff said that it's not a mistake, that those people were harboring, some of these Lakurawa, and such bandits. But I think the important thing is for us to get to the root of it so that we know precisely what happens. A life lost that is not supposed to be lost is too many, not talking about 10. But of course, if it's all in the process of ensuring that 200 million Nigerians are safe, we not have a choice. So I think that what the National Assembly can do here, particularly through the Defense Committee or other committees, relevant committees, is to join in getting to the root of this so that we know precisely what really happened before we begin to apportion blame. Because I think that is important. But be that as it may, it's not, for now, we cannot do anything but just to commiserate with the loss of those souls that died during that during that exercise. While we wait for a very detailed, sincere, and open investigations done, so that we know precisely what happened, so that culprits where they are can be brought to books, and such mistakes are not made in any part of the country any longer. Because, like you said, this has happened quite too often in our nation.
Indeed, the one that happened in Chodombiri in Kaduna State is still very fresh in our memories. How do you think that the military can actually build trust? Because when incidents like this happen, naturally it probably should be considered as an error, But when you begin to hear a section of the people begin to think that it was intentionally done, how do you bring yourself to reason that way, that the military created to defend the people are doing this? So how do we build trust to ensure that the people can actually truly believe in the ability of the military to protect and defend them?
I think it's by knowing exactly what transpired. If at the end of the day, like the Chief of Defense Staff was trying to claim during his visit, I think yesterday, to the site, that really those people were harboring that was the point he was trying to make, and that no one should do that. If that is not proven, then that means it's an error, and then the military needs to do a lot of work in order to build that trust. It is by knowing exactly what transpired. In the ones that happened, what you just mentioned, and I think another one happened in Bauchi State or thereabout. I do not know unless I miss it, whether we were able to know exactly what happened, and if it is a mistake, if the people that made the mistake were actually brought to book. We need to do that. And where it is not, where it is intentional, where it is that you have to hit the place in order for them to be able to, get some people. Really, given the level of insecurity that we have in the country, particularly in the Northwest and what is happening there, I do not expect that anybody that is innocent should engage in the act of harboring, some of these, criminals and bandits. So I do not want to get involved, and of course, no one should get involved in that argument until we are able to know precisely what happened. So to answer your question, in order for us to be able to build trust, it's for us to be able to get to the root of this sincerely. And I'm using that word, very decisively, to be able to do a very, sincere work. Even the military, echelon and the security apparatus must also know that, they are at risk of not being trusted if we are not able to get to the root of this and know exactly what happened. So in my view, it's just for us to be sincere about the result and take appropriate steps so that we do not have this kind of occurrence. Yes, the military must be bold. Yes, they must be adventurous. Yes, they must, get rid of these criminals around us. But no life that is not worth to be lost will be lost in the process.
All right, then. Let's now talk about education. You chair the Committee on Students' Loan, and we know that the Students' Loan has been in operation for some months now. How will you assess the performance of the initiative within the last, we call it 6 months now, that it's been operational?